What's up, everybody? It's the Roundtable Sports Podcast. Today, we're taking a look back at the top 50 plays from Dalvin Cook for the 2020 season in the Minnesota Vikings. Dalvin is exactly what I look at or would want when I think about an NFL running back. He runs with strength and he has great vision, so he's able to run between the tackles as well as bounce it out or take it to the edge of the defense. Part of taking it to the edge is his top end speed for a running back. I'm not saying he's going to go out there and run a 4.3, but he runs like his pads weigh nothing, and he has so much acceleration that it doesn't really take him very long to get to that top speed. So that's why it looks so quick and so fast when he gets the ball. He really explodes out of his breaks and out of, his different cuts. It's so smooth and natural that it's almost like he's gliding around the field and is able to not only glide and really run away from people, but you notice that there's the shiftiness that goes with that really adds that extra dimension. So not only is he able to get the edge on that guy, but he sets him up with a little move and gets him to fall down like a joke. So it's not just the speed, but it's also the shiftiness. He also shifts at full speed, so he doesn't really have to slow down to make a move on you and to get away from you. Another part of that is that he has a great natural center of gravity when he runs. It doesn't feel like he's having to get down or get up to run low and be able to run quickly the way he does. I believe that allows him to utilize more of his muscles and be more explosive when he's running the ball, whether that's running through you, around you, or whatever it is he needs to do, because he has all of those different things in his bag of tricks. So whether it's running through arm tackles or just setting you up with one of his moves to make you miss, he's got all of those things. So no matter what the defense gives him, he's able to take advantage of that. And that's what you like about him in fantasy as well, is that whether the Minnesota Vikings are up and running the ball or whether they're down and passing the ball, Dalvin is still a big part of the offense. The Vikings had a tough start to the season, going 1-4, and I believe part of that was that they weren't featuring Dalvin as much as they did for the remainder of the season when they were much more successful. And I think they realized that they were better for having Dalvin in the game, catching passes in addition to running the ball. They used Alexander Mattison a little bit more as a pass catcher initially instead of just mixing him in when Dalvin was tired like they did later on. Another spot where Dalvin shines but didn't get as much work as I would have liked was the goal line. He has a nose for the goal line, and having all those different skills as far as his strength and speed and his ability to catch the ball certainly helps his prospects as far as the end zone goes. Adam Thielen was really efficient in the end zone, and Justin Jefferson got some as well. So that's something that could increase for this next season, just depending on what defenses give the Vikings. So whether it's taking it up the middle, taking it to the edges, or catching the ball, both in the red zone and for the rest of the field, Dalvin is extremely dangerous. Part of it is that he evades and breaks tackles at a very elite level. I love the way that he's able to set people up with those different moves and with his speed to miss. I mean, it's a beautiful thing to watch, and that's partially why Dalvin got so many plays in his highlight film, is I just couldn't choose because there were so many times where he showed us that, he can make somebody miss, whether that's the angles they took that he's making them take with his speed, or whether it's the jukes or them missing them with arm tackles or stiff arms or whatever it is. He just does all of those little extra things that you would want in a running back that you're going to pay like they're paying Dalvin. I was very proud of them for paying Dalvin at this point and at this juncture. A lot of teams will skimp on that and end up either not paying the running back or paying more in the long run. So I think it's a good deal for both the team and Dalvin at this point, because he is their offense. Despite Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen, Kirk Cousins and the like, Irv Smith even, I like him as well. But Dalvin is the lifeblood, and once they started using him as such, that's when the team took off, and I think this regime has a good feel for that. So I expect that to continue, and I expect that to be sustainable. I was a little nervous for Dalvin that he had lost Riley Reiff at left tackle, and while I don't think Riley Reiff is an elite left tackle, and I do like the pickup of Riley Reiff for the Cincinnati Bengals, I don't think it was the end of the world for the Minnesota Vikings, and while they definitely need to field a quality offensive line unit to run the ball the way they want to run the ball, I was very encouraged that Christian Dillashaw made it as far as he did in the draft, and they were able to draft him with their first-round pick without having to make any sort of move or investing further capital outside of the first-round pick. So that's an exciting prospect for Dalvin to have replaced Riley Reiff with a prospect that has a higher ceiling than Riley Reiff could have offered. Now, tackles in the NFL don't always, have the easiest time when they're starting out, but I love the way they're throwing resources at a problem they know they had, and I love how they're supporting Dalvin and setting him up for success in this season. Obviously, health is going to be a big issue, but it is for every running back, so I'm looking for Dalvin to have a big season, and I'm excited to watch it.